Hey guys, it's Kolo from Shogi TV. Uh, this video will not be about Shogi, it will be about Janggi. This is a Korean chess variation, and this video will show you the beginning as well, so the basic principles of the opening. So I won't teach you how to play, I won't teach you the rules. So if you're interested in rules, if you don't have any experience in Janggi, then please find some other videos or other materials which will teach you how to play. There is a lot of it on the internet, but there is not a lot of materials in English about the strategy. I guess that there might be no such materials. At least I don't know such materials. Therefore, I hope that this will be helpful for you. But also, please note that it's only on the basis of my experience in internet and some live games. I'm not a good player. Well, maybe I'm good, I'm okay, but not a great player. I don't know any, well, let's say any official theory. I just know some basic which I've learned through my experience, and I would like to share it with you, so it will be easier for you to start your adventure with Janggi. I would like to thank the Brain TV, which gave such boards and Janggi sets to the Polish Janggi community. If I remember correctly, we have received 4 such sets, and thank you to Antonio Barra who lent me this set, so I can use it and record this video. I wouldn't do it without it. I wouldn't be able to do it without it because I don't have my own set yet. Yeah, so big thanks for Brain TV and for Antonio. And thanks to my girlfriend for preparing me this tool, as sometimes it's a problem for players to remember, well, maybe not remember, but to check where exactly the elephants are aiming. And it's a common thing that players are moving their fingers to make sure where it's aiming. So this tool will help in this video. Okay, so let's start with those basic principles. First thing to check is to analyze the starting position, is to check how our elephants and horses or knights, I will call it either horse or knight, it doesn't matter, it's the same name, but please don't be confused, I'm using both of those words for this piece. As you know, players can, before the game starts, they can replace those pieces. And I'm using the inner elephant strategy, but most players, I think, use this strategy in which you have one inner elephant and one outer elephant. So this is more common and probably more interesting because those elephants are able to go to 2 pieces in the center, 2 squares in the center. But I suppose that both strategies are okay, and as I'm playing this strategy, I don't have experience in playing the other strategy, so it will be easier for me to show it to you from this perspective, and also maybe I won't make any big mistakes. Okay, so let's analyze this starting position. What is important is that our rooks, the most valuable and the strongest piece in Janggi, is immobilized. It can move only here or here, so it's weak at this point. The second thing is our cannons. Cannons can move or attack only by jumping over other pieces which are not cannons. So those cannons, the cannons of the opponent, has no move at this point. Absolutely no move. And the other thing is our pawns. The edge pawns are protected by rooks. The center pawn is protected by elephants, 2 in my case, and in case of my opponent by 1 elephant. But those pawns are not protected. And let's say if it would be like this. Now this elephant is attacking both. Oh, there's a fly. Fly away. This elephant is attacking both of those two pieces. And if now my opponent would like to protect one of these pieces, I can take the second one. So, 3 important things which we have to do in the opening is to make the rook mobilized, make the cannon mobilized, and to protect those pawns. So how do we make it? The easiest move is just go like this, and this is a very good move. It opens our rook file, it makes our cannon a little bit more mobile. Well, at this point it doesn't have any good move. Here, or here it's not a good idea. But this is a possibility that it will be able to go somewhere in the future. And this move also protects this second this pawn. Now the question is, what is better, to move like this or to move like this? And I'm not sure about the theory of the game, but at this position I would choose this one. This is because if this pawn will be here, this elephant would be here, it would attack those 2 squares. So if I would go like this, after his development, which he will make either way, my pawn will be under attack. Of course, it is protected by the other pawn, but generally it's better to not have such position. Well, the possible situation is something like this, that if now he takes it, I can't recapture it, because if I recapture, he takes my horse. So generally it's better to avoid situations in which your opponent can aim to your pawns. So this is the reason why I prefer to play like this. I'm not sure if it's proper, but for me it's rather okay. I'm quite sure that this is at least playable. So yeah, I would go like this. And what's important, if you play here, the opponent can't play here, because he can take it. And let's say that he will play like this. If we go there, now he also can play here, so both of his rooks are blocked. And I'm not sure if this is very bad for him, but I suppose that this shouldn't be a good thing, and at least most of my opponents does not let me have such advantage that I have both edge files, both rook files opened, and he does not have any opened. So usually after playing like this, my opponent will go like this. And also, it is not necessary to play this as the first move, because, for example, if we go like this, he goes there, we can always go there. But I suppose that this move is always okay, and there's always also this thing that now we are choosing which side we will open. But let's say that we will play like this, and now our opponent is choosing which side he will open, so we have to open the second side. So it is him who decides. Therefore, I believe that it's good to play this in the first move. So we play here, he will play there. So what's the next move? I believe that playing this knight is a very good move, because we are enabling our cannon to go somewhere there. Now there is also a question which knight is better. At this position, I think that this is a little bit better. At least I prefer this move, because somewhere later, if my rook will, let's say that something like this. If I would like to move somewhere with my rook, now this pawn is protected by both pieces, so it's a little bit better. So I'm not sure about this, but at least for my taste, it's better to play this. And now he has a few possible moves. He can also develop his knights. I think usually like this is a normal move, but he can also go like this or like this. Let's start with this move. Now, as we have developed this knight to let our cannon attack, at least move, let's go to the center. This is okay, mostly because at some point one of the players will move his cannon to the center, and to protect our king, especially from the opponent's cannon, it's good to have the cannon on the same line, because if you would, for example, play like this, he would go there. No, maybe let's say here. If it would be like this, then this is always a little bit dangerous. And let's say that we move the pawn. He develops another piece with the attack. So generally, it's always better to have the cannon on the center file. Sorry. Okay, so we move here, and he might go there or there, or for example this move, which is very common. At this point he's not attacking any of my pawns. If I would go there earlier, then that would be a little problem. So if we have developed the cannon, the next thing which we would like to do is to protect this pawn and to develop our elephants. So the easiest way is to move our pawn. If we would move it here, now it would be attacked, and also this pawn wouldn't have any support, so I believe it's better this way. And now it's check for our opponent. So he'll play probably like this to defend his king from from the check. So now we want to develop the elephant. As I've said, I like to have this pawn protected by both of those pieces, therefore I prefer to develop this elephant. And now his pawn is attacked and he has to defend it. He could play it like this or like this, but I think that those moves are not so good because mostly because this move is better, because it lets his elephant go there. As the elephant has some problems to develop, for example, my elephant won't have a possibility to be developed for some time, so it's better for him to just go like this to protect. And now I could start with some attack with the rook, but now I prefer to go like this. Here, those two moves are rather typical, and now I can go for attack. And this structure is I find it really often in my games. And why using these pieces like this? If I will move my rook somewhere to the other part of the board, he can open his rook, and if it would be like this, I can't block it because he will just take it as my cannon is blocking my knight. But if this is like this, I can always block it. The other thing is that let's say that I don't want to block it. I have better moves at the other side of the board. So let's say I play something, he has the second move, but this was his first move, right? Now he has the second move. He can't go there, I will take it with a cannon. He can't go there, I will take it with a knight. Here it will be a good because he's checking, or here because he's attacking my pieces, but he can't go to those squares. So he goes there. And now again, I can play somewhere else because he's not threatening me yet. And after this third move, he is threatening me, and now I have to respond. Well, maybe I should do it a little bit earlier, maybe after this. If I don't have any better moves, well, maybe I can go like this and protect my knight, or play something different. But generally, his attack is not as fast if I'm protected like prepared like this. And of course, if I would go here, my attack would be faster. But I'm not sure if it's worth to risk it, and I prefer to be better prepared. And now he will probably also develop his rook, and the opening phase is over, and we will start our fight. So the next idea is, for example, go like this to attack this pawn, so he can block it, or go here, or maybe go to start a similar attack in his own way. Yeah, but generally after this, the battle is started, and so the opening phase is somehow finished. So yeah, this was only some basic principles. Really, many of my games looks just like this, or in very similar way. I'm sure that it's it's not even a little part of the whole Janggi opening theory, but I hope that this will be helpful for you to learn those basic principles, like developing your strongest pieces, preparing the elephants to attack the pawns, covering the central file, and yeah, preparing those pawn structures so they won't be easy to be taken by the opponent. So yeah, I hope it will be helpful for you. If you would have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I will try to help you as much as it will be possible for me. As I've said, I'm not a great player, but I believe that my help might be useful for you. If you are inexperienced, then I will try to help you. So thank you for watching, and good night. Enjoy your play.